Hey guys, Russell Downs with the Downs Group. I'm the co-founder of the Downs Group. We have sold over $200 million in real estate, residential and commercial. And today I'm going to be answering questions that we are taking from Reddit. So there's a couple that bought a building, 7-unit building actually, and there's a little dilemma, right? The husband wants to selectively rent these units out to a couple individuals, and then as the vacancy decreases, he will increase the price. But the wife's thinking is, why not rent them all out? Why not market them all? Put them all in the market. We're in a high demand market, and this market demands high market rates. My advice to this couple is to take advantage of a hot market, put it all out there. You'll drive more traffic to the property, and then you'll better rent these units in a shorter amount of time. I don't think the husband is thinking like all the way through about the activity in the market. You gotta strike when the iron's hot. If you do that versus waiting, you'll be able to fill up that building a lot sooner. So the market's really hot right now, and if you're in the market to buy, whether you're buying a single family or multifamily condo, whatever it is, you're gonna find yourself in multiple bidding situations where you're gonna be putting multiple offers, right? How to avoid that? It's gonna be difficult. Just if I can be frankly honest with you guys, it's gonna be very difficult. How do you set yourself apart? Sometimes you have to sweeten your deal, waiving appraisal. Sometimes you have to waive inspection. I wouldn't waive like some important things like your environmental. You definitely want to do environmental. Structural is something that you probably should stay away from unless you are tearing the house down. Find a way to sweeten this pot for the seller. Sometimes you can offer the seller a moving credit. Sometimes you can offer them, you'll waive most of the inspection items if you don't want to waive all your inspection. You waive up to $5,000. If you don't want to waive your appraisal, you can waive up to $25,000 on the appraisal or $5,000. Just have to find a way to sweeten the spot. But at the end of the day, this is the game that we're in. The market's hot, and you just have to really be competitive. Meaning you're going to have to offer over ask and a lot over ask. So there's a buyer that's got money to buy a multifamily home, but he's not finding the inventory that he needs in his price range. So he's asking if he should buy a single family home versus a multifamily home. Absolutely not. Single family homes are a total liability. As soon as you buy them, it's yours. You have 100% vacancy if you move out, or if you rent it and that tenant moves out. You want to stick to your guns. He's paying $2,000 a month in rent right now. If you're not finding in your market, I have two options for you. One, you wait, or you go to another market in your area, maybe an hour, 2 hours out, even 3 hours out, and try to find multifamily homes that are in your price range. Maybe you can pick up 2 properties for the price you were looking at, $700,000. So don't ever feel like you need to go buy a single family home. It's probably the worst investment you can make if you're an investor. So you definitely don't want to just buy in your market just to buy or just put money or just finance a deal. You really want to go outside your market if there's nothing there. And the reason why is because the price points outside your market could be a lot less, right? So if a single family home or a 2-family home in your market is ranging from $500,000 to $700,000, potentially you can go outside your market and buy a multifamily home for like $150,000 to $200,000. So don't feel like you're stuck and don't feel like you have to make a decision like that. Definitely look outside your market. There's a lot of opportunities outside of your home base. And when you're going outside your market, you want to make sure of a few things, right? You want to make sure that you have a professional realtor on your team. You want to make sure that you know contractors. Maybe that realtor will have the contacts for these contractors. You want to make sure you know inspectors. You want to have boots on the ground in any area you're going to go invest. It's super important. It's hard investing in our local markets. So imagine investing 1 or 2 hours away where you don't know anyone. So you make sure that you have everyone lined up. You have your realtor, you have your contractors, inspectors. You just need to know people. Also, management companies are going to be key for you. So if you're a college kid and you're just trying to find your first deal, right? And you don't have a lot of money, I highly recommend buying a multifamily home. You're gonna have to buy one that may need to be fixed up, which is perfectly fine. You live in one unit and you renovate the other unit while you're doing both. If both units need to be rented, you just move over to the other unit while you renovate yours. Then what you're gonna do is you don't wanna put a tenant in there. Unless you're in a landlord-friendly state, then you can put a long-term tenant in there, and that way you can collect rent while you're in that unit upstairs, right? But if you're in a tenant-friendly state, you want to stay away from that. You want to Airbnb this unit out. This way, if your typical rent, your market rate rent in your area is say $1,800, you potentially could rent your unit out, Airbnb it for $3,000 to $4,000 a month. This way you can put more money into savings and go buy another investment property later. I definitely recommend knowing what type of state you live in, landlord friendly or tenant friendly. It's gonna make a big difference. And do Airbnb. Airbnb is making a lot of millionaires now, and it's a good opportunity for you to earn a big income while you just transition out of college. You are gonna take that income, and you're not gonna take that income and go spend it on some partying or hanging out or anything like that. You're gonna take that income, hold that property for at least 6 months to a year, and then you're gonna go back to your lender and we're gonna refi this property. Guess what? Now you have additional, say that Airbnb is generating $4,000 a month after all your debt on the property. You're gonna take that $4,000 now back to the bank. That becomes income. That's $48,000 a year for you in income. And now you go back to the bank and say, listen, I think I'm ready to buy another property. You go buy another property with that additional income. You got to maintain your credit scores, right? But then you're going to go buy another property and you're going to do the same thing over and over again. Now you have to check with your municipalities to make sure that Airbnb is legal in those areas. But you're going to Airbnb one unit and then you're going to put a tenant in another unit. Do not fill your house up with tenants if you're not in a landlord-friendly state. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we encourage you guys to make sure you put some comments below. We want to hear from you guys, what you like, what you don't like, and what you want to see. So make sure you do that. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and make sure you keep in touch with us. We got a lot of good content we want to put out, and we also want to know what you want to see from us. Thanks for watching, guys.